Masculinity. This week we will briefly speak about masculinity. So what is masculinity? And why do so many people want to get rid of it? Masculinity is an amazing gift, a manly trait given by God to man for the purpose of keeping evil at bay, setting the order of things such as right and wrong, truth and lie, good and bad, etc. In other words, it is to confront wickedness at its onset by exposing evil, by boldly revealing truth. It's possibly the biggest part of being a man. God has given us the boldness and courage to speak out against Satan and his deceptive ways, to keep the peace by keeping evil at flight. In contemporary society, we see a form of masculinity, yet it's a worldly and ungodly one. Because a person that assumes to be a man does not mean that they have to act tough, drink beer, use drugs, cuss, curse, bully, womanize, or be mean and rude, with an attitude of trying to instill fear to get respect. That's childishness. Yes, these are the attitudes and behavior that men of godly masculinity and character confront and put in check. Let's take a look at Yeshua. He confronted the evil religious leaders, told the truth and to expose the lies, and many were offended with the truth. And on the opposite, due to the pressure and fear, Governor Pilate washed his hands of the truth and sentenced Yeshua to death. This is not godly masculinity, though Pilate did have worldly masculinity, only because he had the law and the government were on his side. Now, Yeshua called Peter Satan when he went against God's will, and he rebuked the apostles when they were wrong. He also made a whip and tossed over tables when the temple was defiled. Our body is now the temple, and we defile it. According to the Holy Word, our spirit, with the help of the wise counselor, which is the Spirit of God, should whip our body into subjection, mortify the flesh. We need to become those spiritual men of God that we were called to be. Then we will be able to man up with godly masculinity against our own fleshly desires and lusts, as well as the world's ungodly masculinity. God knows that the world is in need of real men, what God considers real men. So we have to start with us. We don't have to look to others to see their faults, to deceptively assume we're better, when we all have our own childish issues to deal with, though we can sharpen each other with the Word of God. Therefore, let's go toe-to-toe against our own depravity, the childishness of our own sinful human nature. Brothers, there are many macho men with their capes and their tantaras. They will get offended at these words, but that is neither my intention nor God's intention if you read the Bible. It's simply time to man up. Don't worry about women acting tough, as if they have masculinity, cussing like a sailor, and treating you like a stepchild. We men need to get our act together first by hooking up with the omniscient one, and then we will be able to deal righteously with our women, as well as rule our household well. Brothers, we are all spirit beings, and whether women know it or not, every woman desires a godly man. They put men through rigorous testing because they want to know, are you man enough? We need them, and they need real men. So let us all learn how to be those men which women need. Let's be the men that the world needs. God's building an army of men, strong, bold, and courageous men to usher in the millennium with the end-time message. And you need to enlist. Your family is depending on you, man. Sincerely, his servant George, Diamond Faith Ministries of Bakersfield, California. Shalom.